Good morning, students. We will be continuing with the lesson Women and Social Reforms. In today's class, we will be seeing what was the ladies' contribution for improvement of condition of women. By the end of 19th century, women actively worked for reforms. They wrote books, edited magazines, set up schools, training centers, and women's associations. Now we will be seeing some women reformers and their contribution for removing inequality and bringing better status of women in the society. The first one is Pandita Ramabai. Pandita Ramabai was a great scholar of Sanskrit. She felt that Hinduism is against or oppressive for women. Ramabai founded a home for widows at Pune. Women who were maltreated by their husbands' relatives were given shelter here. Women were trained to support themselves economically by teaching them certain trades or crafts activities. Now, women and rights. Women formed political groups to press for female right to vote. They wanted better health care and education. Some of them even joined nationalist and socialist movements which were going on during that time period. Two of the famous leaders like Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru and Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose also supported for women and bringing them equality in the society and spreading education for them. And that only made them but to actively participate in politics and fight against the British. They said after independence we will give them equal voting rights, but till that time they have to fight equally against the British power. Now, fight against caste inequality. In this we will be seeing various caste inequalities. Schools for lower caste, how they were opened, Sri Narayan Guru, Jyotirao Phule, and famous reformers for them. Okay, let's see the contribution of various reformers. The social reformers criticized caste inequalities, but these people were from upper caste. Ram Mohan Roy translated an old Buddhist text critical of caste system. Prarthana Samaj adhered to the tradition of bhakti that believed in spiritual equality of all the caste. In 1840, Paramhans Mandali was founded in Bombay to abolish caste system. Now, school for lower caste. Christian missionaries set up schools for tribal groups and lower caste children. The untouchables were not allowed even into government schools. We all know that casteism was a very big problem of India during that time period. So many of the reformers trying to remove this casteism or untouchability from our society. Now, job opportunities for lower caste. The army offered employment opportunities for these people like B.R. Ambedkar with Mahar Regiment. A number of Mahar people found job in Mahar Regiment of the army. The father of B.R. Ambedkar, a leader of Dalit movement, taught in an army school, and this way they were able to give some status to low caste people. The poor left their villages for jobs in cities. Employment opportunities were seen in factories and municipalities. Drains had to be dug, roads, laid buildings constructed, and cities to be cleaned. This required coolies, diggers, carriers, bricklayers, sewage cleaners, sweepers, palanquin bearers, and rickshaw pullers. And for all these jobs, the low caste people were employed. So this way they were able to get the jobs. Some people moved to work in plantations in Assam, Mauritius, Trinidad, and Indonesia. The poor low caste saw this as an opportunity to get away from the domineering upper caste landowners and get some equal opportunities for earning their livelihood and remove their poverty. Now, Satnami movement. People within the lower caste began movement against caste discrimination. They demanded social equality and justice. Ghasidas founded the Satnami movement in central India. He worked with leather workers and started the movement to improve their social status. So, this way we can say from lower caste also some people started the movement to remove casteism or untouchability from Indian society. Now, sect Chandal. Haridas Thakur, he was the person related to that. In eastern Bengal, Haridas Thakur Matwa sect worked with low caste Chandal cultivators. Haridas questioned the Brahmanical texts that supported the caste system. We all know that according to the Varna system, Brahmins are at topmost, then Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra. In the beginning, this Varna system was divided for occupation way, but slowly, instead of occupation, it started converting into by birth. So, this led to the untouchability or various problems of casteism in a society. Sri Narayan Guru. He asserted ideas of unity of all people within one sect, single caste, and one Guru. Jyoti Rao Phule. He was born in 1827, studied in Christian missionary school. He developed own ideas about caste system injustices and argued against Brahmanical claim to superiority. So means all these reformers who were born in low caste but got educated and tried to remove casteism from Indian society. Aryans as foreigners. Fully claimed that Aryans were foreigners. Aryans came from outside, defeated and subjugated natives. They had no right to land and power. The land belonged to indigenous people or the low caste people. Golden era was there before Aryans. Warrior peasants tilled land and honestly ruled Maratha countryside. So this way the Aryans who claim that India is their ruling area, they should not be allowed to do so. Satya Shodhak Samaj. Jyotirao Phule founded Satya Shodhak Samaj to propagate caste equality. He felt Shudras and Ati Shudras should unite to challenge caste discrimination in society. And he also wrote a very famous book, Gulamgiri. Now in next class we will be continuing 20th century anti-caste movements like the contribution of B.R. Ambedkar, temple entry movement, non-Brahmin movement and Ramaswamy Naikar. So I hope you all must have understood today's class. Remaining will continue in